Hello, my lovely stars. Welcome back to Stardust Let's Play Episode 11. In the last episode, we made some amazing progress on our Stardust Kingdom. We started building the foundation of our future manor, created a lovely fantasy bridge, and continued working on the ancient Elven temple Enderman farm in the end. It was a huge episode, and I'm so proud of everything we accomplished together, my lovely stars. But today, our journey continues. Before recording this episode, I spent some time working behind the scenes. I removed all of the old village houses and started terraforming the area to prepare for our future kingdom projects. There is still a lot of work left to do, but our kingdom is slowly starting to take shape. As you can see on the minimap, my lovely stars, we still have several unfinished areas waiting for us. Today's goal is to complete some of the projects we started in the last episode and prepare for even bigger adventures in the future. So for today's episode, we are going to finish decorating our beautiful fantasy bridge, complete the final details of the ancient Elven temple Enderman farm, move our nether portal to the nether bedrock ceiling, break through the nether bedrock and gain access to the nether roof, start preparing the area for our future Nether Hub project, build a brand new mineshaft so we can gather resources, ores, and materials for all the amazing builds we have planned, continue improving and terraforming parts of our kingdom to make everything look even more magical. If we have enough time, we might even start planning some future builds and kingdom expansions. We have a lot to do today, my lovely stars, so grab your favorite snack, get comfortable, and let's continue building our dream kingdom together. Let's begin our adventure. I'll go collect the rest of the materials we need for our fantasy bridge, my lovely stars, and I'll be right back. And we're back, my lovely stars. I've gathered everything we'll need for today's build. If I happen to run out of any blocks while we're building, don't worry. We'll simply collect a few more materials along the way. Building big fantasy projects like this always takes a little preparation, but that's part of the adventure, isn't it? So, my lovely stars, let's finally begin. Our first goal is to build the beautiful bridge towers. I'll build the very first tower together with all of you so you can see every detail, every block, and the overall design. That way, if you'd like to build something similar in your own world, you'll be able to follow along. Once we've finished the first tower together, I'll switch over to a lovely time-lapse while I build the remaining towers and continue decorating the bridge. I always enjoy these time-lapses because it's amazing to watch the build slowly come to life. I'm really excited to see how everything looks once all the towers, lanterns, blossoms, and decorations are in place. I think this bridge is going to become one of the most beautiful landmarks in Stardust Kingdom. It won't just connect two sides of the river, it will also welcome everyone into our kingdom and become part of our story. So, enough talking, my lovely stars. Let's grab our building blocks, put on some relaxing music, and start building our beautiful fantasy bridge together. First, my lovely stars, we're going to build a circle for the tower's foundation. We'll make it 3 blocks out on each side, giving us a nice balanced shape to start with. Once we're happy with the foundation, we'll build it up 6 blocks high. This will give our tower a strong base while keeping it elegant and proportional to the bridge. There we go. I think that's looking really nice already. One thing I really enjoy about fantasy builds is that they start with simple shapes, but little by little they transform into something magical. Now, my lovely stars, let's move on to the second part of the tower. For this section, we're going to combine birch wood and spruce wood. I I really like this combination because the light birch contrasts beautifully with the darker spruce, giving the tower more depth and making it feel warm and inviting. We'll continue repeating this pattern all the way around the tower to keep everything symmetrical and balanced. Don't worry if it doesn't look perfect at first. Once we add the details, windows, lanterns, leaves, and decorations later on, everything will come together beautifully. I can already imagine how amazing this bridge is going to look once all 4 towers are finished. So let's keep building, my lovely stars. We're only getting started, and I can't wait to see the final result together. Alright, my lovely stars. Now let's start building the corners of our tower. We're going to use stripped spruce logs and build them 7 blocks high on each of the 4 corners, just like this. There we go, it's already starting to take shape. Now let's work on the middle section. For the center, I'm using a custom combination of stripped birch logs and birch planks, just like we did on our starter house. I really loved how that design turned out, so I wanted to bring the same cozy fantasy style into this bridge. I always enjoy reusing certain building details throughout the kingdom because it gives everything a consistent look and makes the whole world feel connected. For the walls, I actually tried a few different block combinations before deciding on this one. At first, I experimented with calcite and mushroom blocks. They looked interesting, but after testing them, I felt this gradient looked much softer, warmer, and much better suited for the cozy fantasy style I'm trying to create. Sometimes it's worth spending a little extra time experimenting with different block palettes. You never know which combination will become your favorite. And I have a fun idea for all of you, my lovely stars. If I remember, I'll create 3 different roof gradient designs, and I'd love for you to help me choose your favorite. If I don't have enough time during this episode, I'll share the designs later in a community post and on our Discord server so everyone can vote. I always enjoy hearing your ideas because Stardust Kingdom is something we're building together. Alright, my lovely stars, let's keep building. I can't wait to see this tower come to life. There we go, my lovely stars. Look at that. I'm honestly really happy with how the shape of this tower turned out. The cake-shaped design gives the tower a soft fantasy look, and one of the biggest advantages is that it gives us much more space to add details and decorations later. I think it's a really fun tower design, and it can be used for bridges, castles, village buildings, and so many other fantasy projects. If you're interested, my lovely stars, I'd be happy to make a special building episode where I explain different tower designs, building techniques, and why I choose certain shapes and block combinations. We're also planning to build more towers around Stardust Kingdom in future episodes, especially in our village and around the manor. So don't worry if you don't remember everything today. We'll have plenty of opportunities to build together, and I'll explain every step in more detail as our kingdom continues to grow. Now, let's move on to one of my favorite parts, the roof. For the roof supports, I'm using spruce stairs and spruce slabs to create a smooth, curved shape. After that, we'll build the main roof using cherry blossom planks. I absolutely love the soft pink color. It fits the magical atmosphere of Stardust Kingdom perfectly and adds a warm, welcoming feeling to the bridge. Originally, I wanted to create a more detailed custom roof with several color gradients. But because this tower is fairly small, I think keeping the palette simple actually makes it look cleaner and more elegant. Sometimes, adding too many colors can make a small build feel a little busy. I always try to choose the design that fits the size of the build, and for this tower I think the cherry blossom roof is the perfect choice. So just follow along, my lovely stars. The roof might look complicated at first, but it's actually much easier than it seems. And if you'd like, I can make a dedicated tutorial in the future where we build different fantasy roofs step by step and explore lots of different styles together. Alright, let's finish this beautiful tower. There we go, my lovely stars. Our tower roof is finally starting to take shape. We're not completely finished just yet. The basic shape is here, but now it's time to add the little details that really bring the roof to life. We're going to use a combination of stairs and slabs to smooth out the edges and give the roof a more natural, elegant curve. I always think these finishing touches make the biggest difference. They might seem small, but they help transform a simple roof into something that feels much more detailed and magical. And remember, my lovely stars, this part is completely up to you. You can use more stairs, more slabs, or even mix in different blocks, depending on the style you're going for. The larger your roof is, the more room you'll have to add gradients, curves, and decorative details. Smaller roofs usually look better with a simpler design, while larger roofs give you more freedom to be creative. I always recommend experimenting with different block combinations until you find a style that feels right for your own world. That's one of my favorite things about Minecraft. There isn't just one correct way to build. Every builder has their own unique style, and that's what makes every world special. Alright, I think it's time to grab some scaffolding. It'll make reaching the top so much easier, and it'll help us place all those little finishing details without falling every few seconds. So let's climb back up, my lovely stars, and finish this beautiful fantasy roof together. I can't wait to see how amazing the whole bridge looks once all 4 towers are complete. It's really starting to feel like a magical entrance to Stardust Kingdom. Alright, my lovely stars. Now we're going to repeat the exact same process on the other sides of the bridge. Since the design is the same, I'll finish the remaining towers off camera so we can keep the episode moving and spend more time on the fun decorating later. I'll be right back, my lovely stars. And we're back, my lovely stars. Our very first bridge tower is finally complete. Take a look at that. I'm honestly so happy with how it turned out. It has such a cozy, elegant fantasy style, and I think it fits perfectly with the atmosphere of Stardust Kingdom. I especially love the combination of the white blocks, warm wood, soft pink roof, and all the little details we've added. Of course, we're not completely finished just yet. I still have a few decoration ideas that I'd like to add later, but I'm going to save those until we finish decorating the entire bridge. That way, we can see the complete build first before adding all the final touches. I think that's one of the most exciting parts of building in Minecraft. You start with a simple foundation, then little by little, every block, every lantern, and every decoration helps bring the build to life. And before you know it, you've created something truly magical. So now it's time for one of my favorite parts of every episode, a lovely building time-lapse. I hope you enjoy watching the rest of the bridge come together as much as I enjoyed building it. So sit back, relax, enjoy the music, and let's continue creating our beautiful fantasy bridge together, my lovely stars. My lovely stars, before we continue, I want to apologize about something. While I was editing this episode, I realized that I accidentally deleted the time-lapse footage for the rest of the bridge. I was trying to remove some old replay recordings, and unfortunately, I didn't notice that I had deleted the time-lapse until I started editing the video. I'm really sorry about that, my lovely stars. I know some of you enjoy watching the building time-lapses, and I was looking forward to sharing it with all of you. Sometimes, little mistakes happen while creating videos, but that's all part of the journey of being a content creator. I hope you can forgive me, and I promise I'll be extra careful with my recordings in future episodes. Now, let's continue our adventure. The bridge is looking beautiful already, but it's still missing one of my favorite parts, the decorations. To bring this fantasy bridge to life, we'll need to gather a few more materials. We're going to collect some amethyst, beautiful azalea flowers, cherry blossom leaves, and a few other decorative blocks to give the bridge that magical stardust feeling. I always think the decorations are what truly make a build feel alive. They add color, texture, and little details that make every part of the kingdom feel warm and welcoming. So, I'll go gather everything we need, and I'll be right back, my lovely stars. Let's continue making our fantasy bridge even more magical. And we're back, my lovely stars. Now it's time for my favorite part of almost every build, the decorations. We've already finished building the main structure of the bridge, but now we need to add all those little details that make it feel alive. So, let's start decorating the sides of our bridge. I'm going to use stripped logs to create a little more depth and texture along the edges. After that, we'll add fences where we can hang our lanterns, place trapdoors, and decorate with cherry blossom leaves and azalea to give everything a soft fantasy feeling. I always believe that the smallest details make the biggest difference. A simple lantern can make a build feel warm and welcoming. A few leaves and flowers can completely change the atmosphere and make everything feel more natural. And that's exactly the style I want for Stardust Kingdom, a peaceful, cozy fantasy world that's full of little magical details. So, let's continue decorating both sides of the bridge and slowly bring everything together. Continue building. And here we go, my lovely stars. The final fences are now in place. Wow, just look at this. I honestly think it's looking absolutely beautiful. The lanterns, flowers, leaves, and wooden details all work together so nicely. It feels much more than just a bridge now. It feels like a magical entrance leading into our kingdom. I can already imagine walking across this bridge at sunrise or during the night with all the lanterns glowing. It creates such a peaceful and cozy atmosphere. What do you think, my lovely stars? Do you like this fantasy style? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments because I always enjoy reading your ideas and suggestions. Alright, we're getting closer and closer to finishing our beautiful fantasy bridge. So let's keep building together. My lovely stars, I think I made another little mistake. I was so focused on building and enjoying the process that I didn't notice my OBS recording had stopped. So, unfortunately, I missed recording this part of the bridge. I'm really sorry about that, my lovely stars. But don't worry, I'll show you exactly what I built so we can continue together. As you can see, I added this beautiful arch and started decorating this section of the bridge. We're not completely finished yet, so you'll still get to see the rest of the decorating process with me. I really love how this section is turning out. The arch makes the bridge feel much grander, and it gives the whole build a beautiful fantasy look. In the middle of the bridge, I'm using azalea flowers together with cherry blossom leaves. I absolutely love this combination. The soft green leaves, pink blossoms, and little falling cherry blossom particles create such a magical atmosphere. It feels peaceful, elegant, and exactly the kind of style I imagined for Stardust Kingdom. If you'd like to recreate this design in your own world, just follow along with me. One little tip is to build the arch 3 blocks high. That gives you plenty of room to walk underneath it, ride through it, and even fly comfortably with an elytra later in the game. I always try to think about both the appearance and the functionality of my builds. That way, they're not only beautiful, but also practical to use during our adventures. All right, my lovely stars. Let's finish decorating this beautiful bridge together and bring one more part of Stardust Kingdom to life. Alright, my lovely stars, the design for this side of the bridge is going to be just like this. Now that we've finished this section together, I'm going to repeat the same design on the remaining side of the bridge. Since it's exactly the same process, I'll finish that part off camera to save us a little time. I'll be right back, my lovely stars. And we're back, my lovely stars. Both sides of the bridge are now complete, and I'm honestly so happy with how everything is coming together. Every time we add another little detail, the bridge feels more alive and even more magical. I love how all the different materials work together, the warm wood, the white stone, the cherry blossom colors, and the natural decorations all blend together beautifully. When we first started this project, it was just a simple outline. But little by little, block by block, it's becoming one of the most beautiful places in Stardust Kingdom. I think that's one of the things I love most about Minecraft. Sometimes all it takes is a few small details to completely transform a build. And we're not finished yet. We still have a few more decorations to add before we can call this bridge complete. So let's move on to the next step, my lovely stars. I can't wait to see the final result together. here we go, my lovely stars. Our fantasy bridge is almost complete. I'm honestly so happy with how it turned out. It has such a cozy, magical atmosphere, and I think it fits perfectly into Stardust Kingdom. There are just a few finishing touches left. I still want to add ladders inside the towers so they're easier to explore, and I'd also like to place some amethyst crystals around the bridge to give it an even more magical feeling. I'll take care of those little details behind the scenes, and we'll come back later to admire the finished result together. But for now, it's time to move on to our second project of today's adventure. Today we're finally going to move our nether portal to the nether roof, break through the bedrock ceiling, and prepare for one of our biggest future projects. As I mentioned earlier, we're saving the full Nether Hub for its own special episode, so today we're just getting everything ready for that exciting journey. Alright, my lovely stars, let me gather all the materials we're going to need, and I'll be right back. And we're back, my lovely stars. I think I have everything we need. I brought plenty of scaffolding, building blocks, tools, and all the materials we'll need to complete this step. I really hope I didn't forget anything, but if I did, that's just another little adventure. Haha! Alright, let's head into the nether. Enter the nether. Before we break our old portal, there's one very important thing I want to mention. If you're planning to move your portal to the nether roof, always make sure you place a few temporary blocks or a small platform near the portal first. That way, when you climb up to the bedrock ceiling, you'll have a safe place to stand and work. I'm going to use scaffolding because it's quick to place, easy to climb, and makes this whole process much more convenient. Taking a few extra minutes to prepare can save you from a lot of trouble later, especially in the nether. So, let's carefully remove the old portal, climb all the way up to the bedrock ceiling, and begin the next chapter of our Stardust adventure. I've been looking forward to this moment for a long time, my lovely stars. Let's do this together. And here we go, my lovely stars. We finally made it to the nether bedrock ceiling. I've been looking forward to this moment because it's the first step toward one of our biggest future projects. Before we do anything else, we need to make sure this section of the bedrock is only 1 block thick. That's really important because we'll be using an ender pearl to teleport through it. So let's check the surrounding blocks carefully and make sure we choose the right spot. Once you've found a good location, leave a 2-block space, place a ladder just like this, and get ready. Now comes the fun part. Aim carefully, take your time, line up your crosshair, and throw the ender pearl. And there we go, my lovely stars. We made it onto the nether roof. One very important tip before you continue. Make sure you mark the exact bedrock block you used to get up here. Later, when it's time to break the bedrock, you'll know exactly which block to work on. It'll save you time and prevent a lot of confusion. Now, here's another little tip that I think many of you might find useful. If you're using an elevator data pack like I am, you don't actually have to break the bedrock right away. All you need to do is place your first wool block up here, then go back down and place the second wool block directly underneath it. That lets you travel between the nether roof and the normal nether quickly and easily. It's a really convenient option if you're not ready to break the bedrock yet. I'll show you exactly how it works because we'll still need easy access to the normal nether later. For example, when we build our blaze farm, we'll need to use the blaze spawner below the bedrock ceiling, so being able to travel between both levels is going to be really helpful. But today, we're taking the next step in our adventure. It's finally time to break the bedrock and create a permanent entrance to our future Nether Hub. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time, my lovely stars. So let's get everything ready, and let's begin breaking the bedrock together. Oops, that was so close, my lovely stars. I almost blew myself up. Well, I guess that's just part of the Minecraft experience. Haha. Don't worry though, we're perfectly fine, and we're going to try again. So, this setup is very similar to the one we used to break the bedrock portal frame. The biggest difference is that this time we'll use a trapdoor to help us place the piston in exactly the right position. So let's build the setup together. First, place the obsidian block right here. Then place the piston on top. Next, put 2 TNT blocks above the obsidian. Now place the trapdoor. And here's a very important tip, my lovely stars. Make sure the trapdoor is attached to the supporting block and not to the obsidian. If it's attached to the wrong block, the machine won't work correctly. Finally, place your lever, and now we're ready. To break the bedrock, activate the lever, crawl through the trapdoor. And now comes the most important part. Focus your crosshair on this tiny pixel. It's the second pixel on the second line. Taking an extra second to line up your crosshair carefully will make the trick much easier. If you'd like, you can even rebind your right-click key to another button temporarily. Some players find that much easier when performing precise tricks like this. Alright, let's give it a try. Attempt. And here we go. If it doesn't work on your first attempt, don't worry. Just reset the setup, stay patient, and try again. Sometimes, it takes a few attempts before everything lines up perfectly. Even experienced Minecraft players don't always get it on the first try. Accident happens. Oh no. And that's exactly the mistake I warned all of you about. I ended up falling into the same trap myself. Ha! At least now you know why I mentioned being careful. I'm going to break another bedrock block just off camera to save a little time. Once that's finished, we'll come right back and continue building our future Nether Hub entrance together. So I'll be right back, my lovely stars. And we're back, my lovely stars. I removed a few extra layers of bedrock off camera to give us enough space to work comfortably. Don't worry, we'll decorate this whole area later when we build our beautiful fantasy Nether Hub. For now, we're just preparing the entrance and making sure everything is ready for our future projects. So let's finish breaking this last piece of bedrock together. Break the bedrock. And here we go. We finally did it, my lovely stars. Our permanent entrance to the nether roof is now complete. I'm honestly so happy to finally finish this project. This is a huge milestone for Stardust Kingdom because it opens the door to so many future adventures. Our gold farm, Nether Hub, and many other farms will all begin right here. So this little opening may look simple now, but one day it'll become one of the most important places in our entire kingdom. And before we continue, I want to remind you about one important thing. Please don't make the same mistake I did. I reminded all of you to double-check everything before starting, and then I forgot to double-check my own setup. So that one was completely my fault. But mistakes happen, and that's all part of learning and having fun in Minecraft. If something doesn't go as planned, don't get discouraged. Take your time, fix the problem, and keep building. That's how every great project comes together. All right, my lovely stars. Our second project for today's episode is officially complete. Now it's time to move on to our third and final project, our brand new Fantasy Mineshaft. I'm going to prepare all of the materials, organize my inventory, and get everything ready for the build. Then we'll come right back and start creating another beautiful part of Stardust Kingdom together. So grab your pickaxes, my lovely stars, and let's continue our adventure. And we're back, my lovely stars. I've gathered all the materials we'll need to build our Fantasy Mineshaft. I actually prepared this area a few episodes ago by clearing out the space, so now we have a nice blank canvas to work with. I also placed a beacon nearby to help speed up the process. I'm using haste so I can mine much faster, and I switched to speed as well to move around the area more quickly while building. It makes working on larger projects like this so much more enjoyable. Now it's finally time to transform this empty space into a cozy fantasy mineshaft. My goal isn't just to make a place where we collect resources. I want this to feel like a real part of Stardust Kingdom, a place that tells its own story and fits the magical style of our world. We're going to shape each level, add wooden supports, decorate the tunnels, and slowly bring this underground area to life. I'm really excited to see how it turns out, and I hope you'll enjoy watching the transformation as much as I enjoyed building it. So now, sit back, relax, enjoy the music, and let's build our fantasy mineshaft together, my lovely stars. Time-lapse begins. And we're back, my lovely stars. I've finished building the mineshaft, but I have another little apology to make. It looks like I wasn't recording this part either. I really need to pay more attention before I start building. I'm so sorry about that, my lovely stars. But don't worry, let me give you a little tour and show you everything we've built together. So, this is the entrance to our Fantasy Mineshaft. I wanted it to feel warm and welcoming, instead of looking like an ordinary mine. Right here I've added a small smelting area, so whenever we come back from mining we can quickly smelt our ores before storing them. Next to it, I built a storage area where we'll organize all the resources we collect during our adventures. I always like making little workstations like this, because they make everything much more practical and help the world feel lived in. Now let's head downstairs. This is where our main mineshaft begins. I'm planning lots of exciting projects down here. Over here, I'd like to build a stone generator and a basalt generator in one of our future episodes. I think they'll fit perfectly with the fantasy industrial style I'm planning for this area. And right over here, I have another fun idea. I'd love to create a beautiful amethyst crystal room. We'll collect budding amethyst, decorate the cave with glowing crystals, and turn it into a magical underground chamber. I think it's going to become one of the prettiest places in Stardust Kingdom. As you can see, I've already finished decorating the diamond level. This is the design we'll be using for all of the different ore levels. I wanted every mining floor to have the same fantasy style, while still feeling unique. For collecting large amounts of stone and building blocks, we'll create huge mining rooms instead of small tunnels. I think that'll make gathering resources much faster and keep everything nice and organized. And while I was collecting dirt and grass for our terraforming project, I discovered something really exciting. I found a huge ravine, and honestly, I think it has so much potential. I'm thinking about transforming it into a beautiful underground aquarium with glowing plants, waterfalls, and magical decorations. I think it would become one of the most unique places in Stardust Kingdom. But I'd love to hear what all of you think. Would you like to see us turn that ravine into a fantasy aquarium? Let me know your ideas in the comments, because I always enjoy reading your suggestions. We're building this kingdom together, one adventure at a time, my lovely stars. And here we go, my lovely stars. Our Fantasy Mineshaft is finally ready. I'm honestly so happy with how everything turned out. It already feels warm, cozy, and like a real part of Stardust Kingdom. But this is only the beginning. As always, I believe every build can continue to grow over time. So if you have any lovely ideas for new rooms, decorations, or even completely new sections of the mineshaft, be sure to leave your suggestions in the comments. I always enjoy reading your ideas, and who knows, maybe your suggestion will become part of Stardust Kingdom in a future episode. After all, we're building this kingdom together, my lovely stars. Now, let's add a few ores around the entrance. I think little details like exposed ores, lanterns, leaves, and small decorations help tell the story of the mine and make it feel much more natural. There we go. I think that little bit of decoration makes a huge difference. And you already know me, my lovely stars. I always end up adding more details than I originally planned. So I'll probably keep decorating a few more areas behind the scenes. In the next episode, we'll take another look at everything we've added and admire the final result together. Now, it's finally time for the last goal of today's adventure. I've been waiting for this moment since the beginning of the episode. We're going to visit our ancient Elven temple and take a look at the completed build together. I originally wanted to show you the entire building process, but the replay footage ended up being incredibly long, and I wanted to keep this episode at a comfortable length. So instead, we're going to enjoy the finished result together. And I promise, I think you're going to love it. Before we head to the end, though, we have another important goal. We'll need to defeat more withers and collect more nether stars. I'd love to place another beacon inside our mineshaft. Having haste will make gathering resources much faster, and another beacon with speed or regeneration will be incredibly useful for our future building projects. So that's definitely one of our next adventures. All right, my lovely stars. I think it's finally time. Let's travel to the end, and I'll show you one of the biggest and most magical builds we've ever created in Stardust Kingdom. I really hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoyed building it. So, let's go, my lovely stars. My lovely stars. Before we continue, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for joining me on every adventure, every build, every challenge, and every dream we've shared together. Episode after episode, we've watched Stardust Kingdom grow from a small beginning into a magical world filled with stories. We've crossed rivers, explored dangerous caves, built fantasy bridges, created cozy homes, and transformed empty places into something beautiful. And every single block we've placed has become another memory in our journey together. So this build, this isn't just an Enderman farm. This is a symbol of how far we've come together. It reminds us that with patience, creativity, and imagination, we can turn even the emptiest places into something truly magical. So, are you ready, my lovely stars? Welcome to our ancient Elven temple. Standing here now, I'm honestly so proud of what we've created together. The glowing lights, the elegant arches, the towering pillars, and the peaceful atmosphere. It feels like an ancient sanctuary, hidden deep within the end. I wanted this place to feel mysterious, magical, and timeless, as if it had been waiting for explorers to discover it for hundreds of years. And I hope, when you see it, you feel that same sense of wonder that I felt while building it. This is only one chapter in the story of Stardust Kingdom. There are still so many adventures waiting for us, so many dreams to build, so many stories to tell, and I can't wait to share every single one of them with all of you. So, thank you, my lovely stars, for being part of this amazing journey. Now, let's enjoy the beauty of our ancient Elven temple together. I really did my best to make this temple feel magical, while making sure the Enderman farm still works perfectly. And as you can see, my lovely stars, the farm works beautifully. I wanted to hide the mechanics inside a build that tells a story instead of leaving them out in the open. I think the ancient Elven temple gives this farm a completely different feeling. It's no longer just an XP farm. It's a forgotten sanctuary, hidden deep within the end, waiting to be discovered. Our path has always been written in the stars, my lovely stars. And I think this temple represents exactly what Stardust Kingdom is all about. Fantasy, adventure, magic, and creating beautiful places together. I also wanted the redstone system to stay simple and reliable. As I showed you earlier, I'm using 2 observers, a dropper, and a sticky piston. It's a compact design, easy to build, and it works really well. And if all of you enjoy this ancient Elven temple, be sure to let me know in the comments. If enough of you would like a tutorial, I'd be more than happy to build it again step by step. I can also prepare a world download so you can explore every detail, learn the design, and even build your own version in your Minecraft world. I'd love to see your own creations inspired by Stardust Kingdom. And today, we accomplished so many amazing things together. We completed our beautiful fantasy bridge. We reached the nether roof and prepared the future entrance to our nether hub. We built our cozy fantasy mineshaft. And finally, we completed our ancient elven temple. I honestly couldn't be happier with everything we achieved today. And none of it would feel the same without all of you joining me on this adventure. So, let's head back home and bring today's wonderful journey to a close. What an incredible adventure, my lovely stars. Today, we didn't just build structures. We built another chapter in the story of Stardust Kingdom. Every bridge connects a new adventure. Every tower watches over our growing kingdom. Every mine leads us to new discoveries. And every dream brings us one step closer to the fantasy world we've imagined together. I want to thank every single one of you for joining me today. Whether you've been here since the very beginning or you've only just discovered Stardust Kingdom, thank you for being part of this journey. Your kind comments, your wonderful ideas, and your support inspire me to keep creating, building, and sharing these adventures with all of you. In the next episode, we'll continue expanding our kingdom, add even more magical details, and begin preparing for exciting new projects. And trust me, the best is still yet to come. If you enjoyed today's adventure, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you'd like to join our growing Stardust family, and share your favorite moment from today's episode in the comments. I always love reading your messages, and your ideas often inspire future builds. So until our next adventure, take care of yourselves, keep dreaming, keep creating, and always remember, every great kingdom begins with a single block, but it's friendship, imagination, and adventure that make it truly magical. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode of Stardust Kingdom. Bye-bye, my lovely stars.